Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Well, thank you so much.
Some people are late. You know, they have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano. I'm Frema Adunyame. Coming up, Majority Caucus calls for recall of Parliament amid controversy over indefinite adjournment. Constituents of Fomena constituency expressed discontent with NPP for allowing Andrew Amakwesiama's uncontested candidacy.
Most of the constituents are saying they don't know him because of what he did the last 4 years. Because, yes, we know this is how politics is. If you have your chance, use it. But it would have been better for the party hierarchy, the top hierarchy, to come down and solve the issue.
Also coming up, Ghana Police successfully locate next-gen Infraco CEO Tony Minta after abduction reports. Justine Agbeno, victim of East Legon accident, laid to rest.
I just couldn't imagine that such a thing could happen, and at least it's not news that I haven't heard something like that before, but these are things that sometimes you cannot imagine that will occur, especially these innocent ones, little ones. You cannot imagine that.
In CNR business. Springfield Group dismisses ASEP's allegations of conflicting data on any Sankofa fields.
Has made some false statement that we have finished our appraisal and our appraisal results are not in line with the utilization and stuff. I would like to tell you that it is a straight up lie.
Now, thanks for joining us. In our first story, the Majority Caucus in Parliament has officially called on Speaker Alban Bagbin to reconvene the House following the indefinite adjournment of parliamentary sessions on Tuesday, October 23. The adjournment has generated controversy, with the Majority Leader and other key members accusing the Speaker of intentionally stalling legislative activities in the lead-up to the national elections. Speaker Bagbin's decision was linked to ongoing disputes over the composition of Parliament, a contentious issue in recent months. Majority Leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin voiced his frustration, suggesting that the adjournment is a deliberate delay tactic. In a formal statement, the Majority Caucus urged the Speaker to summon Parliament within the constitutionally mandated 7-day period. The statement reads, "Considering the constitutional and statutory provisions cited above and the exercise of our rights as members of Parliament, we respectfully urge you to summon Parliament for a meeting within the stipulated 7-day period. We stand ready to provide any additional information or clarification that may be required and look forward to your favorable consideration of this request." Now, some constituents of the Fomena constituency in the Ashanti region have expressed dismay and disappointment with the New Patriotic Party's leadership for allowing Andrew Amakwesiama to contest on the party's ticket despite his previous departure to run as an independent candidate. According to the constituents, the party has demonstrated a lack of respect for its grassroots by accepting Siama back and permitting him to contest unopposed in the primaries. They view this decision as unfortunate and are threatening to campaign against him and vote him out in the upcoming December polls. There is more in the following report by Channel 1 News' Doris Lonta.
Fomena is one of the 47 constituencies in the Ashanti region, represented in Parliament by Andrew Amakwesiama. In the 2020 elections, Andrew Amakwesiama contested and won the Fomena seat as an independent candidate. Subsequently, he was nominated and elected as the second Deputy Speaker of the 8th Parliament of Ghana. Later, he declared his intentions to align and conduct business with the NPP caucus. Andrew Amakwesiama is among the 4 MPs whose seats were declared vacant by the Speaker of Parliament because of his decision to contest the 2024 elections on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. If not for the Supreme Court's ruling of a stay of execution on Parliament's decision, this would have been the second time Andrew Amakwesiama's seat was declared vacant, because in the 2020 elections, when he left his party, the New Patriotic Party, to contest as an independent candidate, his seat was declared vacant by the then Speaker of Parliament. I mean, the constituency to interact with constituents to understand their views on the recent development.
Honorable Siama was part of the NPP, left us in pains, even though he won. Most of the constituents are saying they don't know him because of what he did the last 4 years.
Do you find it disappointing that he has been given the opportunity to contest on the ticket of the NPP? Are you disappointed with leadership?
All the constituents, reception of those who support him or who supported him. Because, yes, we know this is how politics is. If you have your chance, use it. But it would have been better for the party hierarchy, the top hierarchy, to come down and solve the issue.
Party Mrana, Oko Independence, our free party, from Radia, I see a tearful, and Yajuma, I see a Mako Independent, Om the Nabashi of Con, Tenchen Chia, Uncle on the post. It's a decision a party in the Tekiano. Yansu Krono. Sabi wone esia my agreement wo ankran from na fo ni eni hobi tuntumi nya agreement wo ankran na on fa me hye ne from na fo kon ye ne eto aba ento mo agreement no mo ye na ankran esia mo on kom ankran fo nto aba ma no ye ne won from na ha de wo twene mutan ye be si ne fom
ya ha mutimi tena ho a ye be to aba no na afi no mo be ye dai omo be ye kwan nti ya ha mpuntu on hye dan ye dai enko so adanse ikura di adanse Fomena no but NPP former party afi yes from say so ma anya wada ene ye be sisan nsa ye be ma president ni mumwe we need but nyama MP na yede elusu.
Contested as an independent candidate and he's now going on the ticket of the NPP. Are you disappointed?
I will never be disappointed because at the end of the day, politics is about development. And what he did has really brought about development. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, but looking from where I'm coming from, what he did has brought development in Fomena constituency. And then we can't say it's a bad thing or I will be disappointed about anything.
So can you pinpoint some of the things he did that you feel he's done so well that he deserves?
Just right beside me is the police quarters that he's building. Personally, from his own pocket, not funded by government or anything, for Fomena. You look at the street in Fomena, he's constructing them from Chiaboso to Akokere, a beautiful road done for the first time. So there's a whole lot of development across the constituency that we can talk about.
Nkofoki can say oko independent awasabe joining NPP no. Omuni nje hunti omuntu abane manu eno so mofa de say.
Me ni say oko independent obe joining NPP no. So the party no constitution no. We book mo no. So we be called independent e wa so twe de ma no. But you know, so any try say Eura Esiama or call Parliament, or the independent na call there, but adwuma wa no nyina no MPP no aye there ma no.
Meanwhile, the first deputy speaker and MP for Bekwai, Joseph Oseiwusu, has described the recent happening in Parliament as unfortunate and disappointing.
Let me say that I'm disappointed in the 8th Parliament generally. I said it the other time that we have done very little in legislation. You can just take the number of laws and smaller legislations we have done. We've wasted so much time on inconsequential things, inconsequential matters. Our main job is making laws. I'd go and take the number of laws we have made in the last 4 years and compare with the other parliaments, and you see that the 8th Parliament has been the least. It's been full of controversy.
There are mixed reactions in the Fomena constituency regarding the NPP's parliamentary candidate Andrew Amakun Esiama. While some are excited and rallying behind him, others express disappointment over his previous departure from the New Patriotic Party and subsequent return to contest on the ticket of the party, prompting their decision to consider voting against him in the 2024 elections. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Lonta, Adansi Dompase, Ashanti Region.
The New Patriotic Party, NPP, is alleging that recent events in Parliament, particularly the Speaker's declaration of 4 vacancies, have sparked controversy regarding majority status as part of a grand plan devised by the National Democratic Congress, NDC, to secure victory in the 2024 elections. Now, according to the NPP, a purported document titled Winning the 2024 Elections and Beyond, a comprehensive NDC strategy, aims to leverage the party's near majority status in Parliament to obstruct government business with the Speaker's assistance. The NPP's Director of Communications, Richard Ahiagba, addressed these claims during a press conference today.
This strategy the NDC has operated with since 2021 is on full display with what is happening in Parliament. So you have a situation where the NDC, for some odd reason, decides that it wants to be majority. And so therefore, in partnership with Speaker, the Speaker is actively aiding that seeming coup d'etat by the NDC in Parliament. But the point that ought to be made is that this is not an isolated incident. This is part of a coordinated effort by their own design outlined in this book to ensure that they use every means available to them, fair or foul, to affect, to disrupt, and obstruct government business. The NDC has resolved to capture political power, even if it means Ghana's economy going up in flames.
Now, in some other news, the Ghana Police Service has successfully located the Chief Executive Officer of NextGen Infraco, Tony Minta, after reports of his abduction by unidentified individuals at the National Communications Authority (NCA) premises in Accra. In a statement, the police confirmed that more details will be provided soon. Earlier, the police informed the public that investigations were underway to uncover the circumstances surrounding Mr. Minta's alleged abduction. NextGen Infraco, the company managing Ghana's transition to the 5G spectrum, expressed gratitude to the police for their swift response and to the public for their cooperation. A portion of the company's statement reads, "We are pleased to inform the public that Mr. Minta has been located and is safe. We also want to extend our appreciation to the general public for their support and cooperation during this time. Your vigilance and assistance were invaluable. Thank you once again to the authorities and the public for your continued efforts." This is the Channel 1 Newsroom, still to come. Justine Agbenu, victim of East Legon accident, laid to rest. We'll be right back with the details. Do stay.
Over 5 million children have benefited from free SHS. Protect free SHS. Vote Dr. Baumia, #1 on the ballot.
Your health is in your hands, but at some point, it passes on to us. At Mintuba Hospital and Coloproctology Center, we believe that quality healthcare isn't a privilege, it's a right. Equipped with cutting-edge technology, we are fully prepared to effectively deal with all colorectal and proctological conditions. Our team of highly skilled doctors, surgeons, and nurses are renowned for their expertise in minimally invasive and painless laser, ligature, and longoproctological surgery. We are committed to providing a wide range of services to meet the diverse needs of our patients. Mintuba Hospital, your health is our priority. Visit Mintuba Hospital today or call us at 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don't some slippers then follow me. You just buy the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That'll be the mattress where the dead for time. Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
We all have that one friend. Always by your side for the big moments and ready to assist. He's always got his eyes on the prize and his heart in the right place. Where would we be without our BFFs?
Complete this rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
How are you working how?
Who's that?
Welcome to The Point of View.
Welcome to Face to Face on Channel 1 Television.
And hello, welcome to What the Papers Are Saying.
This be football made in Ghana. It be the only pidgin show where it day on your screen. Channel 1 TV.
Thank you so much.
Some people are late. They have to catch up. City TV is now Channel 1 TV. You understand?
This is Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Hello again. Justine Agbenu, one of the victims of the tragic East Legon accident, has been laid to rest. Justine, along with her friend Mame Jumo Boateng, lost their lives in a fatal car crash on Saturday, October 12, while returning home from a party. The burial mass took place on Wednesday morning at Christ the King Catholic Church, where family, friends and community members gathered to pay their respect. Akosia Oche was there and has this report.
Or in a different light, or where I record. I mean, he was
A cold atmosphere here at the Christ the King Catholic Church opposite the Jubilee House in Accra, where a funeral mass was held at the auditorium here in honor of the late Justine Mary Ann Enyonam Agbenu. She's a 12-year-old who died in that accident that happened last week at East Legon, together with her friend Mame Jumo. Now, what we know is that the two girls were on their way from a birthday party they attended when that incident occurred. Let me just give you a brief of what they have been saying about Marianne, or how they have been describing Marianne from the tributes that were read by the family. They say that she filled the lives of her parents with warmth and love. They say that her dreams to become a marine biologist has not been able to come to pass. For friends as well, they say that she was a lovely person and was always willing to extend a helping hand to anyone who needed help. Let me just get closer to one of the relatives. Pick your initial thoughts on how you heard the news of the passing of Justine and her other friend.
Well, I think it was on Newsroom. I mean, I think it's news.
How did you feel when you heard the news?
It was something I just couldn't imagine that such a thing could happen, and at least it's not news that I haven't heard something like that before. But these are things that sometimes you cannot imagine that will occur, especially these innocent ones, little ones. You cannot imagine that.
Do you have any word of caution to drivers?
Is that important?
Especially parents.
All of us. This could have happened to my son. It could have happened to anyone's son, anyone's daughter or daughters. It could have happened to all of us. Probably that's why we call it accident.
So there you have it in your shot. Mourners clad in black and white. I've also spotted some dignitaries here. The Attorney General, Godfrey Iwadame, in your shot. And also a Member of Parliament for Iowa's West Legon, Lydia Seyram Al-Hassan. And also the NDC parliamentary candidate for Iowa's West Legon, John Dumelo. A former sanitation minister, Cecilia Abnadapa, was also here, and also the general secretary of the NPP, Justin Frimpong Kudia. Well, the NDC parliamentary candidate for Iowa's West Legon, John Dumelo, has been addressing the media. Well, he says that speed ramps must be constructed on the stretch where the incident occurred to reduce speeding.
I think for somebody who is contesting in Iowa's West Legon and driving through East Legon, to be honest with you, most of the roads have speed ramps, and I think that is the only road that doesn't have any speed ramp, the inner roads, if you look at it. And so I think as a matter of urgency, speed ramps should be constructed there, not because this happened, but because it reduces the kind of speeding that a lot of people speed. I mean, East Legon, you have a lot of bars, restaurants, you have a lot of, it's an economic hub, and so in the evenings most people like to speed there, which is wrong, because speed limit should be 30 or 40 or 50. And I think so that particular road, speed ramps have to be constructed there, and any other road around the constituency and even across the whole country.
John, in this matter, would you want to see justice being served?
I mean, definitely. I don't want to preempt anything, but of course, something has happened, an accident has happened. Let's the law take its own course and see where the case goes. But of course, it's something that we should follow through.
The remains of 12-year-old Justine Agbenu being carried above shoulder by the police and leading her straight into the hearse, which will take her to the cemetery where she'll finally be laid to rest. A committal was held, that is the final farewell to the deceased Justine, from a party to the grave. That is how their lives have ended. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Akosi Autry, Accra.
May their souls find eternal rest. Now in some other news, the High Court in Accra has instructed the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, to provide investigation, caution and charge statements taken from Cecilia Dapa and her husband to Patience Butchie, the house help, who is the first accused in the ongoing criminal trial concerning the alleged theft of significant sums from the former sanitation minister's residence. This ruling follows an application by Butchie for access to the investigation caution statements, charge statements and recordings of interviews conducted with Dapa and her husband during the OSP's investigations. Channel 1 News' Hansen Ajiman reports.
Patience Butchie's lawyers had initially sought these documents from the OSP under the Right to Information RTI law. However, the OSP declined the request, citing exemptions under the RTI Act. In response, Butchie's legal team filed a motion with the High Court to compel the OSP to comply. The OSP opposed this motion, arguing that the court's jurisdiction had not been properly invoked and that the application was made prematurely. In addressing these objections, Justice Marie-Louise Simmons explained that the court possesses inherent powers to grant such requests. She emphasized that the application was valid under Article 19(2)(e) engine of the 1992 Constitution. Justice Simmons reiterated the necessity of providing the accused with all relevant documents to support their defense. The judge acknowledged that the investigations initiated by the OSP were in fact triggered by the first accused's arrest and arraignment. Consequently, she ordered the OSP to provide Botche with the investigation and caution statements of Cecilia Dapar and her husband. However, she denied the request for recordings and transcripts of their interrogations. The OSP has been instructed to fulfill the court's order within a week of being served. One of Botche's lawyers addressed the media following the proceedings.
It's a perfect ruling. The ruling is a very perfect one and very intellectual one as well. And the judge actually took her time to peruse the law and address every single issue. And as far as I'm concerned, she has given us a precedent when it comes to requesting information from the special prosecutor.
Following the ruling of the court, Patience Botche would now cross-examine the husband of Cecilia Dapar, who is the first prosecution witness for this case. The second prosecution witness, we are told, would be Cecilia Dapar herself. The judge believes that these documents, that's the investigation caution statement as well as the charge statement, will aid the accused person in her defense. Reported for Channel 1 News, Hansen Ajiman.
You're still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom. Still ahead. Ghana's democracy weakened by partisan governance, and this is according to Professor Kwesi Prempeh. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Welcome to a quick tutorial on the Ghana Knowledge and Skills Bank. Visit www.gksb.gov.gh to access the platform. In this tutorial, we will take you through accessing the contents on the platform via the dashboard. To do that, you must first log in. Find and click on any of the category cards you find on the dashboard based on your preference. Get access to all contents in the selected category. Selected subject, click on the preferred reading material and download them for reading instantly, or bookmark them to reference later. That's it for today. Keep learning and good luck.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva Pop too, and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
Heat for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
All be lie.
Thank you, boss. See you next week.
Yo, where is my passport? Where is my passport? Yo, man, I want to rubber.
What is that about?
And then it's special.
Give me my passport. You made me pay for express for 24 hours and yet it's not in.
You told me that you are telling me this.
What's going on? Hello.
This man here has taken my money. That within 24 hours he'll do my passport for me.
Oh, see that's the same thing applies to me. He told me last night. He's telling me this week.
Process. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Oh, madam. Please relax.
I'll get for you in 24 hours.
Hey, Goroma. So you never change? Eh? You get passport for someone within 24 hours, Madam Obwa. See, the normal working hours is 9 to 5. Now 24 hours, I'm fat. I'm fat. You guys have made a very big mistake by trusting these people. Now, through digitalization, passport application has been made so easy. Now, you don't need to stress yourself and join any long queue for your passport. All you have to do is to log on to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website and begin your application. By buying a passport application voucher online. Simple and easy. And very soon, all you need to get your passport will be your Ghana card. What is it true? Obisa. It is possible.
I didn't know this. I feel obvious.
Come on.
Still am full. This is the bosom many yeah, brown new phone. I met men in an and I communicate. Bluetooth, infrared, fridge, dining table, cooler. You're putting lunch.
Bibianship, what a pedal account. Why? Pelande or easily go my.
Making money shouldn't be this hard. Just reload and win cash in the Telecel More Money promo. Win daily and weekly when you reload your mobile and broadband bundles. You can win up to 30,000 Ghana cedis weekly or the 1 million Ghana cedi grand prize. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning in Telecel More Money promo. Dial *500# or opt in on the Telecel Play app for free. Telecel, connecting energies. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Chief, if the election is won at the polling station, why is the final result declared by the EC chairperson?
Very good question. Let me break it down for you. For the presidential election, the whole country is one constituency. We add up the results from all the polling stations before declaring the winner. First, signed pin sheets go to the constituency collation center. Then, results from all polling stations in that constituency are added up and the constituency winner is declared.
So when we finish voting at the polling station, the results are taken to the constituency.
The results are forwarded from the constituency to the regional collation center. The party agents and observers are all at these centers. The regional collation center adds up all constituency results and declares the regional winner.
This process is long, Papa.
Yeah, that's not all. This is serious business. Regional results come to the EC head office. Party agents, observers, any media for no woman monitor. The EC chairperson simply adds up all the results from all the 16 regions to get the presidential winner.
EC chairperson, she don't go fit declare any winner she want.
There is no way to declare a winner other than the person elected from the 40,000 polling stations. Everything is transparent.
Now MPs there no way.
That's straightforward. We collect the signed pink sheets from all the polling stations in that constituency and declare the winner right there at the constituency.
So if the party fails to properly collect their own pink sheets results,
no dear,
Walla. Blame yourself times 2.
Therefore, take note that all through this process, all political party agents and observers them did their feely. Nobody they sleep. From the polling stations to the constituency collation centers to the regional collation centers and even the national collation center at the EC head office. All political party agents and observers them did their constant. Them open them eyes all they watch everything feely. Nobody go fit steal this election inside. Look, even EC chairperson self no go fit steal this election inside. 2024 elections, it be Frenchim, it be clean, and with the hot time, no gululu.
Introducing Rexona Non-Stop Protection, 72-hour antiperspirant with breakthrough microtechnology that forms a stronger sweat barrier. Tested to the limit, even during the most intense workout.
Still clean, dry, and fresh for longer.
Try the new Rexona 72-hour non-stop protection for clean, dry, and fresh underarms every day.
Hello again. The Executive Director of the Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Professor Henry Kwesi Prempeh, has voiced his disapproval of the Electoral Commission's EC's decision to approve 13 candidates for the upcoming 2024 presidential election. Speaking at a lecture commemorating the late legal luminary Akutu Ampao, he raised concerns about the integrity of the electoral process and suggested that some candidates may be proxies for the New Patriotic Party NPP and the National Democratic Congress NDC. Channel 1 News' Fauzu Masawudu has more in the following report.
On September 20, the Electoral Commission announced the approval of 13 out of 24 candidates to run in the 2024 presidential election, marking the highest participation ratio in a presidential election in the Fourth Republic. Professor Prempe argued that the number could have been lower had the EC been more rigorous in the approval process.
There are 13 or so people on the ballot. I think if the Electoral Commission was more diligent and scrupulous, there would be fewer. One has to wonder why we have the numbers that we keep having on the ballot every election year, when in fact some of the requirements for being a party, separate from independent candidate, clearly you and I know most of these so-called parties on the ballot do not meet it. But there is folklore about why it is that they are on the ballot. And it is basically as proxies for one or the other of these two parties.
He contended that some of the minor parties serve as proxies for the major parties and criticized political entities for prioritizing partisan gains over national interest.
Of critical public problems comes from the story of Galamsey or illegal artisanal mining. Again, despite the scale and gravity of the devastation this widespread practice is causing to the country's ecology, water supply systems, and long-term public health, resolute action has not been forthcoming from the political classes. And here, they do not even pretend to conceal their self-serving reasons for not acting resolutely to stop the ecocide. If they did, they tell us, they risk losing votes in the illegal artisanal mining communities to their political rivals. Our democracy has been turned against us. Instead of a government of the people, by the people, for the people, we have ended up, it appears, with a government of the party, by the party, for the party.
Additionally, he advocated for reforms to address widespread concerns regarding the monetization of politics.
Parties really have become the conduits through which we recruit our political leadership. So if you want to make change, in many respects, if parties were democratic, deliberative bodies, policy-making bodies about ideas, a lot of people should be going through that. But our parties are not those. They are just election-winning machines that mobilize basically to win elections, and even their internal processes are not democratic. If you want to contest as a member of parliament, some of the criteria would say you have to show that you have nurtured the constituency. Do you understand what that means? Nurtured the constituency as a requirement for becoming a candidate in the party. It means you must have spent money in the preceding 4 years taking care of the party executives and the gatekeepers who are going to make it possible for you to become a candidate.
As campaign activities intensify in the lead-up to the December 7 elections, Suleiman Abrahima, Executive Director of the Media Foundation for West Africa, urged political actors to exercise caution in their statements, particularly during media engagements.
For example, at the Media Foundation, every election period we do monitor, commentary in the media, how people are using language and so on and so forth. And we've gotten to a point where the people you name and shame are proud to use your report as their claim to fame. To basically say, look, we are the people fighting for our party, and look, our names are out there. I think that's where we've gotten to, where even though we have a multiplicity of media organizations, it's not about the issues, it's about, insult, attacks, and what people think can help them gain traction within their media ecosystem.
As the 2024 general election inches closer, calls have intensified for the need to move towards a nationalistic approach other than a partisanship approach in strengthening the country's democracy. For Channel 1 News, my name is Fauzu Masaudu.
The National Commission on Civic Education, NCCE, has revealed that education, employment and health are once again the top concerns of voters, marking the second consecutive time these issues have emerged as priorities. The research also highlights a significant decline in public confidence in Ghana's electoral system. Channel 1 News' Shiba Araba-Benin has more in this report.
With less than 50 days to the 2024 general election, anticipation is rising among stakeholders and the electorate. In light of this, the NCCE has launched its report on matters of concern to the Ghanaian voter. The report shows that education, employment and health are the primary concerns for voters. Notably, employment emerged as a top priority for young voters, many of whom are advocating for increased job opportunities and the construction of factories.
Study respondents want the next government to address challenges associated with the free SHS policy. That is the topmost concern: education, employment, and health. These are featured consistently in our studies as key areas of concern. And this calls for strengthening and addressing bottlenecks in the implementation of interventions.
During a panel discussion, stakeholders deliberated on why other pressing issues such as corruption and ethnicity were not prioritized by voters.
The economy, jobs, education, you feel the impact more immediately. So if I cannot get my child into school, if I go to a health center and I cannot get quality health care, I feel its impact more immediately. So I can understand why those issues would rise to the top compared to the issue of corruption. Because when I hear of a scandal, whilst I can appreciate how bad it is, I don't feel the impact immediately.
When it gets to the critical point where people vote, it looks to me that there are more important issues people consider to vote than the things they say to us. And it looks to me that ethnicity is extremely powerful when it comes to what people vote eventually when they enter the ballot booth, which is something that doesn't come up really strongly here.
The chairperson for NCCE expressed concern over findings that indicate a number of Ghanaians are willing to engage in election-related violence.
They have people who are willing to say on record that yes, we are willing to participate in violent activities for one reason or the other. Should be a great source of worry to all well-meaning Ghanaians. And as a people, we should work together to ensure that we build confidence in the systems that have been set up for governance, so that people will not feel compelled to take that course of action.
The research reports launched by the National Commission for Civic Education has revealed that education, employment and health are the top major concerns for Ghanaians ahead of the 2024 general election. In education, many Ghanaians are calling for the concerns or the challenges that have arisen so far with the free senior high school policy to be addressed. Also interesting is that public confidence in electoral systems here in Ghana has reduced drastically from 2020 to this year. Reporting for Channel 1 News, my name is Shiba Araba-Benin.
Now, away from the elections, the embattled paramount chief of the Atimokwa traditional area in the central region, Osiadeyo Kwesi Kenin IV, already facing legal action for allegedly engaging in illegal mining, has been hit with a fresh lawsuit. 9 mining companies have also dragged him to court, accusing him of illegally trespassing on their mining concessions. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Fatih Aminu Ibrahim has more on the story.
The paramount chief of the Atimokwa traditional area, Osiadeyo Kwesi Kenin IV, is embroiled in a legal dispute with Kadesh Mining Enterprise for allegedly conducting illegal mining on their concession in the central region. In a new twist, 9 additional companies have filed a fresh suit against the chief, seeking a court order to restrain him and his laborers from encroaching on their concessions. The companies are also requesting the court to mandate the return of the areas already mined. The plaintiffs include God Made Mining Enterprise, Oana Mining Enterprise, Truly Shepherd Mining Enterprise, Jordan Mining Enterprise, Great Shepherd Mining Enterprise, Follow the Shepherd Mining Enterprise, Nazareth Mining Enterprise, and Servant Mining Enterprise. During a court hearing on Wednesday, October 23, 2024, Presiding Judge, His Lordship Samuel Faraday Johnson, adjourned the case to 28 October, awaiting the Kumasi High Court's ruling on jurisdiction in the earlier suit between Kadesh Mining Enterprise and the Chief. The case has been adjourned to 28 October 2024. For Channel 1 News, I am Fatih Aminu Ibrahim, Ashanti Region.
You're still live on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Next is CNR Business with Neteli Nete Ajaho.
CNR Business is brought to you by MTN.
Hello and welcome to CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN. My name is Neteli Nete Ajaho. And to our first story, Springfield Group has dismissed allegations made by the Africa Center for Energy Policy, ACEP, which suggests that the company submitted conflicting data to the government, influencing the decision to pursue the unitization of the ENI Sankofa fields. According to the company, the claims are baseless. My colleague Emmanuel Opong has more in this report.
Following the arbitrary tribunal ruling on the unitization dispute, the partners involved in the West Cape 3 Points Block 2 offshore project, that is Ghanaian oil producer Springfield, and ENI were directed by the Petroleum Commission to submit and conduct an appraisal program in line with the petroleum agreement. However, this has raised concerns among some stakeholders in the sector. Addressing the media, Springfield's chief executive, Kevin Autry, clarified these issues.
Opportunity to touch on a false statement which came to our attention yesterday. For whatever the reasons are, I think a gentleman called Ben Boache with ACEP has made some false statement that we have finished our appraisal and our appraisal results are not in line with the unitization and stuff. I would like to tell you that it is a straight up lie. There's no such evidence. There is no such evidence. The rig just got to Ghana a few days ago. We haven't even gotten to anywhere. We just started, mobilizing and doing the work. So I'd like the media to know that this is a lie. He has no evidence supporting his claim. I understand that the lawyers are actually writing to him to apologize and rescind his statement. If not, legal action is going to be taken within the next 3 or 4 days.
One concern that has been very topical in the upstream petroleum sector is boosting investor confidence or enhancing investor climate. However, Springfield's group maintains that it is committed in ensuring that this is achieved. Reporting for CNR Business, my name is Emmanuel.
Now let's turn our attention to expenditure and revenue associated with elections. Today, we examine the advertising industry. As political campaigns heat up ahead of the upcoming elections, parties and candidates are exploring various advertising platforms to reach voters. But with each medium, that is radio, TV, print, and social media, comes different costs and considerations, raising questions about which channels offer the most value for political messaging. There's more in the following report by my colleague Emmanuel Opong.
Checks by CNR Business across several media houses which opted for anonymity reveal that political parties are now required to budget an average of 500,000 Ghana cedis to run advertisement on TV or radio for a 3-month campaign period. This cost, however, varies depending on the type of ad placement, including jingles, live presenter mentions, crawlers, logo displays, squeeze bags, and the emergent trend of newsmanship. The frequency and airtime of the ads also significantly influence pricing. The Advertising Association of Ghana downplays this rate, highlighting that political party and candidate may actually be paying more when factoring all stages of advertising, from market research to execution.
It's difficult to come up with an estimate, but from our experience and what we have seen over the past, I think that, any political party could spend, if you're looking just electronic media, television and radio, could spend close to, in current Ghana cedi, could spend close to 50 million, 10 to 50 million Ghana cedis if they really want their campaign to, to seed.
In comparison, just 4 years ago, the same advertising campaign would have cost approximately 250,000 Ghana cedis, underscoring the significant rise in media advertising rates. This figure could fluctuate based on factors such as the media house's location and audience reach. For instance, if a political party chooses to advertise across 10 different media platforms, the cost could rise significantly above the estimated 500,000 Ghana cedis. CNR Business also confirms that placing an advertisement in daily newspapers for a 3-month period would cost approximately 250 Ghana cedis. It is important to note that these charges may either include or exclude taxes depending on the specific terms set by the negotiating parties. Although the major political parties have declined to give quotation for their budget, they believe advertisement remain a critical component of their budget. Kofi Adams is a member of the NDC and a member of Parliament for Buem constituency.
Can't give you an estimate now, but advertising is key in every elections. Advertising is key. Your messaging must go down to the people. So it mostly takes a chunk of your budget. It takes a chunk of your budget because your message, campaigning is about messaging. And if you have a good message and it doesn't get to the people, then you better not be in a contest. So you have to spend as much as possible to make sure that your message reaches the people.
Enoka Fuaka is a member of the New Patriotics Party's communication team, and he shares similar thoughts.
In every occasion, advertising or marketing plays a significant role, and even in the corporate circles, everyone who understands marketing will tell you that marketing should be about it should be more than 10% of your entire allocations of it, because that is where you sell your ideas, or that is through that medium that your consumers will have the opportunity of getting engaged or getting in touch with the product you are selling. And certainly we have made adequate provisions.
The Advertising Association of Ghana is urging all political parties to prioritize local agencies for their campaigns.
I would also say that because there are several reasons why anyone would want to choose a supplier from outside of the country. I'm an advocate for all brands and for all persons who desire to advertise in this country to use local agencies and local suppliers and local vendors, because we do have the capacity.
Just as consumers are persuaded by commercial advertisements, political actors and political candidates are prepared to invest heavily in commercial ads. But the question on the minds of most people is, will this garner them the votes they need to win the elections? Reporting for CNR Business, my name is Emmanuel.
And that's all for CNR Business. It was proudly brought to you by MTN. My name is Nete Ajaho.
CNR Business was brought to you by MTN.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
And this is where we part company, but before we go, here's a look again at our top stories. Majority caucus calls for recall of Parliament amid controversy over indefinite adjournment. Constituents of Fomena constituency expressed discontent with NPP for allowing Andrea Mwakwesiama's uncontested candidacy. Ghana police successfully locate NextGen Infraco CEO Tony Minter after abduction reports. And Justine Agbenu, victim of East Legon accident, laid to rest. Do visit our website, channel1news.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. Download the Channel 1 Newsroom app on App Store and Google Play Store. This is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned for comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the conversation using #GhanaPolls2024. I'm Frema Adunyame. Thanks for your time.